I'm a twat for not doing an intro, so here's an intro again. Not a lot happened. Lots of delays. I'll take you through it. So without further ado, here we go. Random videos taken over several weeks. Okay, so I'll do a quick mention for the slim steering rack column. I got this off a guy on Facebook. There's a load up for £140 plus delivery. He was on Facebook. He's big into his BMs and his drifting and that. So he's done this I think it was £105 with delivery. Special delivery next day, was absolutely spot on, and it's really well made. It gets it all shrunk down, so all of this is gone, so it can sneak past that header, and then hopefully the engine can fit. But yeah, really impressed with this part. So I'll link to his Facebook marketplace ad, and yeah, if you need him, give him a shot. Okay, so that's the steering rack in. It needs a clean. It needs cable ties putting back on. Oh, that one's holding, that one's missing in action. So yeah, that's gonna be awfully close to the engine. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one on. That's gonna go to the front bumper, to the bash bar. This one, gonna keep this one on. The air fittings, that's gonna go to the bash bar, to a cooler, because I was getting very hot power steering problems. Yeah, the new shaft so much thinner. And then good old Eddie Dude's gonna have a go at cleaning all this and getting it all shiny, and then we'll give it a little touch up with yellow, I think. Yeah, there's not that much to mask off, so just mask off what's left and do it in yellow. Next. Right, so there's been one hell of a delay, and so far nothing's really happened. So, what has happened? Well, my Vanos sprockets, they didn't feel right. I knew there was something wrong, so I've tried to find somewhere in the UK to get them refurbished. No joy. Nobody wanted to know, nobody wanted to touch them. I thought it was just going to be an O-ring and a Teflon seal. I had to go with the O-ring Teflon seal myself. Didn't work. So I ended up sending it all the way over to Estonia. Parcel Force managed to have the wrong, even though the right address was on my label that I put on the package, the electronic address that they attached to it was wrong. They made a typo. So it ended up somewhere else in Estonia, but the bloke that it was supposed to be going to eventually did get in touch with them. Paid £15, £16 customs, and then when he took them apart, he said no, they're actually damaged inside, and showed us some scoring and that on the teeth, and that's why they wouldn't freely come apart. So weeks and weeks and weeks, completely wasted. Then for some reason, and nobody seems to know why, on the bench there was the chain for the oil pump and the sprocket for the oil pump, which I already have. They somehow have vanished beyond trace. £97, 50p later, the replacement ones are on the way to me. Until I can put that chain on, I can't put the main timing chain on, so it didn't matter if I had the sprockets because I couldn't do it anyway, so now I'm going to have to wait. After trying to make these straighter, the plate came to relocate the oil filter, and when it came I had to notch this bit out there, and I thought, hang on a second, why am I notching it out? Why did they make a plate that didn't fit? And then when I checked on other pictures for references, yeah, this is set further back. So I was like, hang on, so even though it's straight, it means if that needs to be further back, the engine's too far back, so it'll hit. So this isn't going to work. So reluctantly, I've bought new engine mounts that haven't been tampered with, that haven't been botched previously. So when they turn up, they will be in the right place because they're already prefabbed. So there's another 180 quid. So yeah, the builds are adding up with this really, really quickly. So yes, anyway, I have bought some L322 Vanos sprockets because it's the same engine as the BMW,
but instead of being 300 quid each, these were £110 each. Exactly the same part, exactly the same BMW numbers, but because it's down as a Range Rover instead of the V8 BMW, they're a fraction of the cost. And then when I've had a look at them and I've tried to open them and pull them apart, I don't want to pull too hard with my fingers. There you go. See, these ones are pulling nicely apart like that. I can do it with my finger easily. That wouldn't happen with mine. I had to sit there and wrench on them and get them off. So I already know that these are in better nick than what mine were. I don't want to... Yeah, if I push from the back... Yeah, if I push from the back dead gently, you'll see they'll pop. There you go. They'll pop in and out. There you go. In and out, in and out. So much better movement than the ones I sent off where. So I already know these are in better nick than what mine were. So now these have turned up, I now could time the engine. But I don't know if I've become a victim of YouTube, but the Chinese locking kit that comes with it, lots of YouTubers say that the timing ends up being an absolute mile out, and the German Auto Solutions are the only ones you should be using. So what I did was I bought the German Auto Solutions timing tools. There's another £180 from the States, so when that gets here, I'm going to set it up on them because they are apparently perfect, and then I'm going to compare them. I'm going to fix the Chinese ones on and see if they line up, because I've seen a few videos that say the Chinese ones are actually fine. It's just people shilling for the German Auto Solutions ones to get affiliate links and stuff. So I'm going to do it with the German Auto Solutions and then try it with the Chinese and then tell you definitively whether it lines up. Well, I'll show you whether it lines up or not, or whether the Chinese ones are completely inaccurate. So, job today, get the guides torqued up to the right spec. I've replaced the gaskets inside the solenoid housing. I don't know what you'd call that, the solenoid housing. And then I'm going to put the sprockets on loosely and put the chains on there. And then, yeah, playing the waiting game again, waiting for the chain to appear. Hopefully it will turn up tomorrow or Friday. If it does, then I'll be coming in on the weekend and doing lots of it on the weekend. When I mean lots, I mean to the point where it'll start looking like an engine, hopefully. I'm still waiting on the gasket for the PCV valve. So that's a brand new one, because I thought I might as well replace them, because these are another failure point. So that's a brand new one. That's a brand new tube. That was all really perished on the original, and so was the hose here. So it's a brand new oil separator I put in yesterday. Well, brand new all the way across to the back. I put new O-rings in for their water. There will be 2 new O-rings going in the water pump side. Yeah, let's get cracking. Right, so here's an interesting turnout. I decided I didn't want to take any chances, so I bought myself the German Auto Solutions timing tools. So bank 5 to 8, bank 1 to 4. Because you see so many YouTubers telling you that the cheap Chinese copies are no good whatsoever. So just out of curiosity, I decided to buy the German ones to make absolutely sure, and then to compare them to the cheap Chinese ones that you get with the little kits. So let's find out. We'll take 5 and 8 off like that. Pop that on into position and see if it fits, and what do you know, the pin locks in and it's fine. So what about this side? Take that off, bank 1 to 4. Again, put the tool into position and then make sure the holes line up. Yeah, that's in position, and what do you know? They line up perfectly. So there you go, the £70 eBay kit, which I'll link below. Times up your Vanos sprockets, absolutely fine, and you don't need to spend, I think it was £170 to get them in the country. The German Auto Solutions, yeah, don't need them at all. Okay, so this is wrong, but it's done wrong intentionally. I haven't got the chain yet for the oil pump. That needs to go on first, without any doubt. But what I need to do is I need to get top dead centre without an oil pan with the top dead centre hole to line up with the pin. So what I've got to do is I've got to be able to put all this on and put the bottom timing cover on, because the bottom timing cover, I'll include a picture here, has got the top dead centre mark on. This pulley, not off the original engine, has got the top dead centre mark on. So what I've got to be able to do is put it all together like this, put the timing cover on, and still get the tensioner on it, tool on it, and then I can line these marks up to get top dead centre. Then I can tighten these up to 15 newton meters to nip them tight, and then torque them up, do the Vanos, get the Vanos all resetting in the right position, and then once they're all done up to the required torque spec, then I can take the timing cover back off and then do the Jesus bolt and all the rest of it. So I'm just trying to see if I can get it back on in situ without and then get the timing cover on. I can. So I've got a timing part, and annoyingly this grub screw is missing from there. So I've just ordered the grub screw to lock the oil separator in place, because I can't push the O-ring in properly. I don't know if you can see it there because I can't see what I'm doing. The oil ring separator, it won't go in because that was pushing away. I've now torqued all that down, but now I've got to put the grub screw in to nip that up tight, and then I should be able to push the pipe home. So right, so I think I'll be able to time it without it being locked. The thing is, I don't like the fact that it's not locked, but then again, this won't move. Once I get it in the right position, I'm hoping that it's pretty much stuck and it won't move. So then enough to get those tightened up in the right place. And then once I've got that nipped up and that nipped up, I can then torque down that one. So then that will lock the rest of the time in place. So then, yeah, that'll be set up. That'll be torqued down. I do the same with the other side, so then it's locked in place. So then if it does move out of time, it won't matter anymore because the sprockets have already been nipped up in time. So when I torque them up, I won't lose it. We'll soon find out when I do 720 degrees rotation of the engine, and I'll be able to put the lock blocks back on. If I do 720 and that rating's not lined up, and the same with the other side, if I can't get these blocks to just slide straight back in without any problems, then it's out of time. If they do slot in, then bonus. Then I can continue building, but again, I'm just waiting for parts. So yeah, so far so good. Okay, so I got as far as I can get ready. So new gaskets fitted to the inlet manifold. The PCV valve, probably just repeating myself here. PCV valve done, made off better hoses to them. Everything's all torqued down, so hopefully you get no manifold leaks. So starting to look more like a V8 again. So yes, next is waiting for that bloody chain, and I found a way around getting the pipe on without the grub screw, but the grub screw still got to come, then the chain, then we can start building it. And then I think that day it'll be timed. The timing covers will be on. The rocker covers will be on, and it'll start looking really nice.